Hi everybody, Justin here from Vlge. I'm going to show you a quick overview of all the various admin tools. We're not going to dive into each of these specifically, but I want to give you a quick overview of all of the richness that you can have access to. And just pay attention, some of these are Vlge Pro specific, which is still a fantastic deal, of course, but most of these you'll see here are available with even the basic plan. So I've come into the community, I landed on dashboard, I clicked into the admin area down here, admin tools, and you've got a number of things here. So an AI assistant that is focused on board members. And what makes that focused on board members? Well, I'm glad you asked. So if you go into general settings, you can go into your document store. There's a section at the bottom that is board only documents, and you can click index, and anything you add there trains the AI assistant here for board specific knowledge. Messaging is where you go to do all of your bulk individual emails, postal mail, certified mail, and managed communications. There's a lot in there. Automations where you can set up various triggers. 3 days before the bill is due, send a certain template. As soon as somebody gets a violation, send them the violation. Follow up 7 days later, follow up on a due date. All of that capability is in there in messaging. Email deliverability, it's a really interesting one. So if you ever want to see, are your emails landing? Are they getting clicked? You can click on email deliverability. And there's a full report there using our Amazon Web Services integration for email communications. Meeting managers, where you would go set up meetings, and that can be agenda templates, etc. The whole goal of Vlge is to save you time. So if there's anything that's repetitive, like building agendas for community meetings, you can cut a lot of that time out by saving templates in there. And we have some basic templates already in there for you, following Robert's Rules of Orders, etc. Vendor directory, all the time in communities, people say, oh, hey, we have the best painter, the best window washer, the best yard service. Great, list it in the vendor directory, share it with those in your community, and people can leave their own reviews and have more confidence in who's servicing their property. Pet directory, just what you would imagine, save images and share and turn that on so that the community can see the pets. And if there's a lost pet, people can quickly identify it there in the directory. Same with resident directory. Hopefully you don't have any lost residents, but you can look in there for communication information. And by the way, it's optional what people share. So when you go into your profile up here in the upper right and you set my profile, there's options for whether to share your email, phone, etc., anything at all. Form builder, poll manager, about what you would imagine there. Groups manager is a pretty cool one. Groups is up here on the left. But if you have a bunch of different interests in the community, you can set up these groups. And groups, depending on the plan you're on in Vlge Pro, you can actually do email in and out. So you can have a group's alias where you would set that group alias, group name, and people can email into that group. The group that's an approved member of that group can go look at the inbox there and communicate that way. There's also a message board, so you can just message each other in the message board. Polls, if you're setting up surveys for your community. Website builder, big feature here. You can build an entire website for your community. A form builder, if you want to build custom forms for gate codes, maintenance requests, any of that kind of stuff. That's a very good use of a generic form, but we have purpose-built forms for architectural stuff. And of course, for the violations or notices. Move in, move out, that's when you're changing occupants of a home or owners of a home. Manual ACC request, if you want to basically backdate and kind of bring in bulk a bunch of your history, you can go use that tool there. Transition planner, if you're transitioning from a property management or another service, this is a great tool to use because it's going to give you kind of all the common things that people ask for. We get asked at Vlge all the time, what am I not thinking of? What am I missing? Well, we put it all here in the transition planner. Action checker is a daily action list or a weekly action list, up to you. So let's say that you're going to go drive through the community and you want to remember to check on some things. You build that list in the action checker. It's actions that you need to check on throughout the community. Full-blown elections tool. You can use weighted elections, etc. Minutes converter. Let's say you have a meeting and you use your own video conferencing, but you record it. You can upload the recording of that. And we've trained this AI to listen for certain things, motions, seconds, budget type stuff, and build your meeting minutes for you. You can then review it, of course, approve your meeting minutes, etc. Topic builder, if you've ever used Slido, this is where ahead of a meeting, you might want to gather community interest. People submit an idea or a question and people vote it up or down. That's topic builder. Reservations, if you have amenities like pools, pickleball courts, tennis courts, clubhouses, etc., you can build those amenities and reservations right there. And then portal analytics for the board. If you want to see, are your members using this? Are they logging in? Where are they spending their time inside your portal? You can do that here in portal analytics. Some of the things that are not enabled, you would go to general settings here and you would go down to your platform features, and you could go in here and turn those features on or off. So a lot of the features you may not want to use, you may absolutely want to use them, but you can have full control over those features and whether they show up here. So, all right, I will pause there, but any questions, as always, set up some demo time. Look at help.vlge.io for all our help articles, or shoot us a note, support@vlge.io. Thanks.